Joe.
I'm here with Coach Joe. Coach, break down the fight, Mayweather Guerrero.
All right, Mayweather fought his fight, picks apart his opponents, takes 2 to 3 rounds to get warmed up, figures them out. That's textbook. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Doesn't make a difference. Guerrero's camp did not prepare properly. They were probably thinking that he was going to come in and do a Cotto and let Cotto put him up, like Cotto put him up against ropes, and Floyd allowed that to happen. He didn't. Popped his shots. So he looked like he did when he was a lightweight. Popping his shots, picking his shots.
There is no blueprint. 44-0, 26-9. How do you prepare for someone that no one ever beat?
Exactly. They always go back to the They always go back to the Corrales fight. They always go back to the They always go back to the Castillo fight and say this is the closest he's ever got to being beat. The first Castillo fight. But the thing is, he comes back in the rematch and shut him out. So you're right. There is no blueprint except for who is more successful at inflicting damage. But the only way you can really do that is you got to put all caution to the wind and go in there and just throw and forget about defense. But the problem is when you get in with a guy like that,
and he hits you, you try to enforce your will,
pop, and all of a sudden you get hit with shots that you can't see.
Throws you off your
Before
game.
you know it, in the back of your head, you can't mount an offense because you're worried about getting popped. And by that time, it's already 7-8 rounds later, and now you got to go for a knockout, and you're already shut out.
Okay, how about this?
Wait, here goes the blueprint. This is everybody's blueprint. This is why this shit never works. Pressure Floyd. Everybody don't listen to Floyd. Floyd says I perform better under pressure. Stop pressuring them. But you can't outthink him.
And this is coming from a guy that put $150 in Guerrero.
120.
Sorry, 120.
120 and 60 on Mayweather.
Okay, how about this? Mayweather was fighting with his hands down. He looked very elusive. He wasn't doing the Philly shell so much. He did what he said. Usually fighters say one thing, but show up on fight night to me. He said, I'm going to come forward this fight, and he did.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a problem with, see, in my opinion, Guerrero's camp didn't have a plan B. They should have prepared. They prepared for plan A.
They told me they did. They told me they had plan B, D, C, E, and F.
Their corner, he should either. He should either readjust. He should adjust his corner because they did not have a plan B because his corner was in there telling him do the exact same thing that he was doing in round 1. But guess what? Round 2, round 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, he'd already figured them out, and he said, this is what I'm going to be doing, Mayweather. I'm going to be doing this, popping. Didn't have to do the Philly because he wouldn't let him get inside on him. And then Guerrero couldn't really enforce his will because he was worried about getting hit with that counter right. And that was it. They didn't really have a plan B. They didn't have one. They just prepared for a guy to be laying on the ropes like the way he did against Cotto. But as soon as he went to keeping the distance, feinting, bobbing, weaving, countering with the right hand, boom!
That right hand was landing.
The night was, we already knew it was over. Like in the 4th round, we go, this fight's over.
Was it an entertaining fight?
Absolutely, because you saw a boxing clinic.
That's what I said. And then some people complained it wasn't. I don't know what they were watching.
Yeah, I mean, those people should go watch MMA.
You wanna know what Guerrero's doing? You wanna know what Guerrero's doing? More shit talking than he's ever done in his life. Which fudge. He wasn't focused on the fight. He was more trying to make fun of Floyd.
That was the dad. Guerrero didn't talk that much until like the week of the fight.
Like a clown.
His dad is retarded. Crossing out the best cut man in the world. Make that happen.
It just, I mean, in reality, we already knew the fight was over in the fourth round. It's like, he didn't have a plan. Guerrero's camp didn't have a plan B, and that may be because of inexperience. Even though he is, Guerrero's an accomplished fighter.
6-time world champion, 4 weight divisions. So.
And he also, Floyd just showed just how far apart he is from everyone else. I mean,
I always say the great ones make it look easy. It's not easy. It's very tough. You're in there. Your life is on the line, but they're so masterful in their talent.
Exactly. And for those who say that Floyd can't hit, get in there with him.
He showed it.
Yeah, even his jab is stiff. His counter right.
No, I asked Roger and I asked other people who train with Floyd. I said, how hard does he hit? They say he hits like a ton of bricks.
He does.
He doesn't get credit for his power, though.
No, he doesn't, because he doesn't throw punches in bunches like he did as a lightweight and junior lightweight. Now he relies more on 1-2s, making you miss, coming over with 1 counter, maybe 2 with that left hook of his. But other than that, he just picks you apart. And it's just masterful. It's a beautiful thing to watch because it's boxing. And when you see that, I tell everybody that you should really enjoy and appreciate that you're alive during a period when someone is performing at this highest level, like old timers, people older than I am, when they saw Sugar Ray Robinson fight.
You're right.
Sugar Ray
or Ali in his prime.
Ali, I seen Ali fight when I was a kid. You know?
There are 4 fighters right now that are undefeated. Mayweather 44-0. Canelo's undefeated. You have Gennady Golovkin undefeated, and you have Mikey Garcia. And all these guys could go after Floyd's record.
Absolutely. I mean, they still have to go after Calzaghe's.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Floyd will break down one in 2 fights and surpass him.
But I mean,
and he's going to retire.
The Calzaghe is another one. I mean, a lot of people had knocked on him because he didn't fight here in the States. He didn't have to. He fought the best that there was, and everyone should appreciate that they were alive during the time that this guy was just beating everybody and was masterful at his game. And it was also considered not a hard hitter until people got in the ring with him, and they're like, man, this guy can really hit.
It's a different story when you're in the ring. So there you have it right here from Magusan Jim Van Nuys, FusionReport.com. I'm Ellie Sekback reporting, and you can follow me on Twitter, @Sekback.